Hey, what's going on? Old fashioned ice cream appliance boot camp. Mike Sneed coming to you real quick. I just got a few minutes to spare. I just came up to the ice cream parlor. Been a busy day today. Today we actually had community hot dog social uh, with the Lions Club. I took a trip down to Benson, North Carolina, to Sisters Two. They sent off to pay my debt for the sweet potato ice cream showdown. I made my donation to the Falcons Children Home of $200, and came back up here. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun day that I'm looking forward to. Hey, how you doing, bro? Day that I'm looking forward to. Tomorrow, let me get this thing going. Okay, tomorrow, I'll take my actual shakedown voyage on the actual chick magnet. So I'm gonna have the chick magnet, and I'm gonna take it on about a 200-mile round trip. I'm gonna do about a 200-mile round trip. I want to make sure everything is good. I'm gonna take a trip like 200 miles, come back, and just make sure everything's running well. If it's running well, I know it's good, and then I can move forward to the next stage. I'm gonna have to go in, put some disc brakes on the front, and then I plan to go hit Uwari trail over here in North Carolina. I'm going to start hitting some of these mountain trails, just going out doing some trail rides, and then maybe eventually maybe get out to Moab or Rubicon or someplace. But that's kind of my little toy that I'm playing with. But I wanted to come to you all real quick tonight. I had a few minutes before the actual shop closed, and I get this question quite a bit. I've had this question asked to me at least 3 times in the last 2 days. How do you pay yourself in the ice cream parlor? We have a lot of the people who have started ice cream parlors, and now they're getting to the point where they're getting ready to hire staff. And I just want to come and actually update you all and tell you how I actually pay myself in the ice cream parlor. Now, if you have the ice cream parlor boot camp, I'm actually gonna have to redo the pay. I started off trying to do the pay like I done in my appliance repair business, where I had the 5 banking accounts. I found out the 5 banking accounts, at least for me. Now this is the way I do it. Other people might do it different. This is the way that I do my pay. We got kids coming up. It's not. I don't think it's Halloween yet, but this is the way I pay myself in my ice cream parlor. My ice cream parlor, I'm gonna I don't know what's going on. In my ice cream parlor, uh, they got a dog. In my ice cream parlor, I have 3 banking accounts. Unlike the appliance repair business where I had five, this one I have three. Um, and those 3 bank accounts, they're going to be my actual operating account. So the operating account here in my appliance in the ice cream parlor, instead of it being 50% like I had in the actual instead of the 50% like I have in the appliance repair business, I'm actually going to have 75%. I'm going to have 75%. I love the light on your dog. I love your dog with the light. I was trying to figure out what it was. uh, well, I have 75% operating account. So with the ice cream parlor, my operating account is 75%. So if I make $100, $75 stays in there to actually run the ice cream parlor, to actually pay the staff, buy supplies, pay utilities, everything comes out at 75%. Then I have a 15% tax. So with that, if I make $100, $15 is going to go to actually pay for the taxes and pay for those taxes. That's going to be to pay for my accountant, to pay for any taxes that I might occur because it's a LLC. LLC pay about 10, 13% tax, and I have about 2% to pay for the accountant to do everything. That's how I get the 15. So I keep 15% tax come in, so I can pay any taxes that I may occur. But if you follow me and you have an LLC, you're gonna have write off, so you can write a bunch of stuff off to minimize your tax bill. And then the next thing I have that's totally different than I have with the appliance repair. Appliance repair is mainly a self-employed or 1 or 2 man shop. So I didn't have anything to deal with withholdings and anything like that. Um, with appliance repair, I had an owner's pay where I just paid myself in. But now, because you're going to actually have employees, I have what we call a withholding account. And that withholding account is there. Uh, excuse me, the tax and withholding. So my tax account, I take 15%. I still put it in. I have three accounts. The 75% operating, 15% tax, but the tax is going to go into the withholding too. So I have a tax and withholding account. That's the other one. So I put all my payroll there. So if anybody who's working, I send their hours into the accountant. They tell me their gross pay. I take the gross pay out of the operating account and dump that into the tax and withholding account. And from there, I'll write out their net pay. So you get when you're doing payroll where you have employees. Let me let that go by. You have on payroll and you have employees, you're gonna have a gross pay what they made. So if they work 8 hours, let's say they get paid $8 an hour, they work 10 hours, that's $80. That's their gross pay. But at the bottom of their check, they have a net pay after you take out their Social Security, FICA, and all that stuff. That's their net pay. I take the gross pay of what they owe out of the operating account, put that into my tax and withholding account, and then I write their net pay out of that. So when I do that, I leave in there all their FICA, their federal insurance, all that stuff is in their Social Security. All that stuff is left inside that tax and withholding account. So that way, it does two things. I make sure that I pull the money out of the operating account over in there, so I never have to worry about writing a bad check for payroll because all that money is totally moving. The only thing I write out of that tax and withholding account is payroll, and then my accountant pulls the taxes out of their sales tax and pull their withholdings and stuff when she got to make the payments every quarterly or whatnot to Social Security and all that. She pulls all that and pay it. So I know all that money's there. That money's not getting spent. It's not my money. So that's why I put all that money there. So my last account is going to be a profit account, 10%. So 15% in tax and withholding, and then I have 10% in my profit, 75% in my operating. 10% of the profit, I do that a little different. It used to be every quarter I will pull that out. That's how I get paid as an actual business owner in this ice cream parlor. So at the end of every month, whatever money I have in the actual profit account, I'll pull that out, and that's how I get paid. I'm retired now, so that's my retirement. So I pull that money out, and that becomes my retirement money. So if we make $25,000 in a month, I get $2,500. So I get that money every month, and that's how I pay my bills, and that's how I live in my retirement. Now, if you're somebody who's just getting started and you don't have any employees, you want to set yours up the same way. But whatever you're going to pay your employees, say if whoever you're going to pay to scoop ice cream, if you're going to pay them $8 an hour, go ahead and put yourself on payroll in your ice cream parlor and start paying yourself $8 an hour and get used to that. Make that ice cream parlor get used to making that payment, and you're gonna pay yourself, and you will still get your 10%. And then once you get to a point where you're able to back out of being an actual employee, and you can put somebody else in there, you just won't be getting paid as an employee anymore. You will just be getting paid as your profit. But like I said, if you gotta be somebody who gotta work in the ice cream parlor, and you gotta and you the owner, you're gonna have two hats. You're gonna get paid twice for a while. But as soon as you can, I advise getting out of the being somebody in there actually scooping the ice cream and start just owning it. Because what happened if you got to scoop the ice cream, you're the only employee. If something happens, the public don't care if something happened in your life, personal life. They expect the ice cream parlor to be open, just like the person who owns Bojangles or McDonald's in your community. If they got some type of personal stuff going on, you don't care. You won't when you go to Bojangles, you expect them to be open the time they're supposed to be open. You expect Chick-fil-A to be open regardless of what's going on with the franchise, the franchisor, franchisee, whoever owns that building. Well, that's the same thing here. If you just the only person running your ice cream parlor and stuff, if something happened, you have to close your doors. You don't want to do that. You want to actually have somebody in here running it so it can run, several days and stuff without you being here. I can actually step away, do stuff, and I can come back. I can be gone for 2 or 3 days, and it'll actually run on the ice cream parlor run without me being here. So that's the way you want to have, it. And that's how I actually pay myself. Like I say, you're gonna have three bank accounts. You're gonna have your operating account, which is gonna be seven. Hey, how you doing? Good. All right. You're gonna have your operating account, which is gonna be 75%. You're gonna have your actual withholding and tax account. Withholding tax is gonna be 15%, that you take off of everything, and also you're gonna put the gross paychecks, whatever your payroll is, the gross amount of your payroll gotta go in there. And if you got to do sales tax and stuff like that, all your sales tax money goes in there. You don't want to be writing no operating and no bills out of that tax and withholding. That money is not your money. That belongs to your employees. And that belongs to the government. So that's not money. You don't even need checks for that. With that, just your payroll checks. That's it. That's all I write. Payroll checks, and they go there and cash. So that's how I run my business. And then I get paid once a month out of my profit. And from there, it works out good. Like I say, I'm in retirement mode. I don't need as much money as I did, 15, 20 years ago. I don't have any. I got one daughter left in college. She's a junior, but that college bill right now is manageable. And like I say, being now that I'm retired, I have several different businesses that pays me. And with that, each one of them, like I said, I'm getting a check every month from just about each one of my businesses and stuff that I'm invested in. So I make pretty good. I make pretty good, and I love it. I have one stream of income. I get paid every. It comes every 2 weeks. Get paid out of that every 2 weeks. So it's great. It's great. Appliance boot camp, same thing. I get that once a month. It dumps into my account, and it's good. It's good. So that's how I'm living my retirement. That's how I set up my actual ice cream parlor business, and it's working good so far. And like I say, I started off trying to do the five banking accounts. With that five banking accounts, it just doesn't work. I couldn't get it to work with the ice cream parlor. And like I say, with this, you're gonna have tax and withholding, so you might as well go ahead and do that the correct way. Have your accountant. I don't do my own payroll because I it's just too much. My accountant at the end on Monday morning, I send them all the hours and stuff and the tips amount for all the people who worked this past week, and she'll send me out what each person is supposed to get on their paycheck, and she'll send me their stubs. I'll write out the checks, put them into put them in an envelope. Friday morning, the kids know where the envelope is. They can come grab their checks. The checks they know that, I'm here about 9 o'clock in the morning. I have the checks out. If I'm not going to be here, if I'm going to be away or something like that, I'll write the checks out ahead of time. And I have a young lady or young man, somebody in here. They'll actually put the checks out for everybody. So it works out good. It works out good. I like it. It's been a good mix. Like I say, starting off, it ain't been something where I'm depending on it to pay my bills. So I'm not going in there pulling a lot of cash off of it. Same thing is like I tell you all with this ice cream parlor. This is not something that I would suggest if you somebody who don't have enough working capital or don't have enough cash flow from some other job or some other investment or business to actually sustain yourself for a year or two. Don't do it. It's one of these things you got to give it time to actually grow and start developing. So like I say, with me, it's not something that I need to get money off at first. At first, as long as it broke even, I won't put no money into it, and it paid for everything. I was happy because I had other things that paid for me and my family. Now it's actually being able to contribute and dump money back into my pocket, and I'm loving it. I'm gonna read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat, and I'm getting out of here. They're just starting to close, so I'm getting ready to get out of here. Rizu Nuzu, hey, what's going on? BK from the Rockies, what's up, brother? Mike Sneed family, hey, how you doing? David Lane, hey ABC, how you doing, David Lane? Impala Rag dude, What's up, Mike and ABC fam? Hey, how y'all doing? Like I said, I just came here quick. I had a little time to burn before they closed up. They're closing up. I'm going in now. Grab the cash, and I'm gonna grab my truck, take it home, and I give y'all. I'll let y'all follow me a little bit tomorrow when I go out to do my shakedown run. I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna try to do about 200 miles on it tomorrow. Where I'm gonna run about 200 miles and see how it does and bring it back. And I'm hoping I have no problems with it. So once again, thank you all for watching. I'll be back on Monday. Y'all have a good day. Bye bye.